Hey everybody, welcome back to C2E2. I'm Justin Tyler here talking to GAIL Simone. Hello, miss.
Hello, Justin. How are you? How's the con for you?
Oh, great. You know, it's all just chit-chat for me, which is probably sort of the same for you, I would imagine.
A lot of chit-chat, a lot of great fans coming up and really liking the new 52, expressing how they feel about the new Batgirl and really liking that. And so it's really fun because this is the start of the con season and the first time since Batgirl #1 came out that I've been able to meet with the readers and talk to them and hear their feedback. So it's been really, really exciting and really positive for me. It's just, I'm blown away actually by the response.
It's great. I mean, there's all this talk about Barbara Gordon, you know, sort of coming into the new 52 and being Batgirl again. And now it feels like you were just like, that happened, so let's just tell some good stories. Is that the case? Is that what it...
Yeah, it's the case. I mean, I've always loved Barbara Gordon as a character. I loved her as Batgirl in the early days and as Oracle, you know, in the middle times. And now that she's back to Batgirl, it's really fun to tell stories about her recovering from what happened to her. She went through a massive trauma, and we're dealing with that in the comic book. We didn't want to gloss over what happened to her and have her be cured by some, you know, magic wand by Zatanna or something. We really wanted it to be a more human story and a story of overcoming obstacles. And so we did that, and we kind of have shown a lot about her recovering and how she's recovering. And starting with these upcoming issues, she's going to begin to leave some of that behind. I mean, she's still traumatized by it, but she's going to start recovering emotionally from it a little more and moving on with her life.
I feel like that's really nice because so few characters actually, you know, sort of have to deal with trauma without, you know, fighting it or moving past, totally ignoring it, sort of. So it's how do you keep that mix of new action? Because you have so many new villains and new characters you're introducing. How do you keep that balance in her being like still sort of struggling?
Well, that's the part that I love about writing comics, is creating three-dimensional characters that you do balance with their human moments, and you find the humanity in the stories as well as their superhero jobs that they go out and do as well. And for me, with Barbara Gordon, she's the smartest character in the Batverse. She's got that incredible memory. She's very compassionate, very driven. And so having her be Batgirl by night, trying to help people by night, and then trying to figure out how to help people during the day as well as herself, because this is her first apartment, first time out on her own. She's just out of college. She's trying to be a forensic psychologist, but because she's so young, nobody has faith that she's smart enough and experienced enough to do it. And so she's having to deal with a lot of the problems that, you know, we all do and young people do as they get out of college. But then she gets to get dress up at night and be Batgirl and kick ass undercover, and so that's when we get to have fun with the villains and things like that. And then upcoming, we're creating a Gordon family tree, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of the Gordon family than we have, and there's definitely some rotten fruit on that tree, and we're going to be exploring that and what that means. And
Perhaps a brother.
Perhaps a brother, and perhaps a brother who's trying to get to Barbara through her roommate. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. Might want to read it.
Might want to read it is good advice for everyone out there. Are you drawing on any of Scott Snyder's work with...
Yeah, we have. The Night of the Owls has been so exciting. It's such a big idea and a big concept that a lot of us have been able to go play in that arena. And Batgirl #9 has a little visit from an owl. And I got to create that owl and the time period that she's from and everything, and it's really fun, and the art is gorgeous. And I'm from Oregon, and the story that we're telling, I don't want to spoil it, but it's something that did happen historically in Oregon that very few people have ever heard of or know about, that's really cool from an interesting time period.
You mean like starting a microbrewery?
No beer.
No beer. So the other stuff about Portland that not everyone knows about. And what else are you working on outside of Batgirl? Anything you can tell us?
Well, I am still working on this top secret project with Ethan Van Sciver. We're doing a graphic novel, and we're about 50 pages in with art and more with story, and we're hoping to have it done by a certain point in time, but we don't want to announce it and start doing anything until we're closer, since it is a big body of work at once. But it's awesome, the work of Ethan's life. It's big, it's huge, it's a very big DC Universe story.
Interesting. You're already 50 in. How many more do you have?
I believe it's going to come out at around 90 pages finished.
Awesome. That's a huge
undertaking.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking a minute and talking to us.
Yeah,
and,
thank you.